episode is being recorded out of ShopTalk Podcast Studio in Oak Park, Michigan. For more information, visit ShopTalkPodcastStudio.com.
Over West Side, everybody know everybody, right? I got nothing but love in my heart for West Side niggas, nothing but love.
Live from Detroit, live from Detroit, live from
Yeah. Pink suits with hats to match. Big crocodiles and Cadillacs. You looking for the fattest sacks. This is where it's at. Windows tinted, seats fully reclined. Keep the hands on the burner, cause niggas know that it's money on their mind.
Stars, we don't need that paparazzi. They don't know about Butch Jones and Rick Maserati. What up, though? It's your man Jay Johnson, aka the tinfoil hat titan, aka the conspiracy realist, aka the technology snob, Steve Jobs Jr. Don't text me with your green bubbles, aka I only debate my equals, everybody else I teach. Also known as Juice, because all the hoes say J.U. Ice, Young Caesar, because you know you can't roam without me. Mr. If you don't like me, fight me. I got kicked out of Noah's Ark because they couldn't find another animal just like me, aka the West Side T'Challa, the new leader of Wakanda. Don't debate me, debate your mama. I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. What up?
What up, though? It's your man Dame, 3_313. The West Side landlord, the pride of PA. High Chief Dame, don't fuck around. The liquor store legend, the corner store conquistador, your mama's favorite Dame, and the David Ruffin of the Shop Talk Podcast, because you know who the fuck they came to see. Not you, Otis. It's no better than these 4 letters. Thank God for Dame. And if you're speaking on Dame, you better say it nice. And if you don't put the boss in front, then bitch, you not saying it right. It's the Honorable Judge Boss Dame in this bitch. All rise. I am a motherfucking black belt. And you know what time it is. It's time for the motherfucking Kumite. Let's go.
Welcome back. Shop Talk Podcast, episode 448. On you hoes.
Bitch ass niggas.
What's up, niggas?
What's up, man?
How you feeling, my brother?
Good. Are you up on Blue Sky?
Like the fake Twitter?
Yeah.
I think I got an account, but I don't use it.
Oh, okay. I just saw people talking about it today. I tried to log in and get your name just in case I could use it like as a bargain.
I got my name on everything that you never even heard of yet, dog.
I know you move quick. I was trying to see if Jay Johnson 313 was available, and it was not.
It is not. I'm not fucking with no Blue Sky. A bunch of weak ass niggas who scared of Elon or people. They went and tried to start a new one. Cause like, grow some balls, nigga. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw it. I downloaded it. I set up, a profile just in case. Cause I'm like you, where I took a piece of advice from you that when these new platforms come out, we a brand name. So we got to do everything we can to protect the brand. I can't have another nigga out here being Dame 313. So, I got to set it up just because, even if I don't never touch that shit.
I'm saying
it's just got to be.
Dame going wild. You got to get that shit back, my nigga. I don't understand why you.
I was trying to rebrand my life, man. I was really trying to be on a good foot.
Real, though. Branding is a facade.
I was just trying to, man. I felt like the Lord had been talking to me. We working on this wife thing, and it's hard, to convince a woman that I'm not wild and my name is Dame Gone Wild.
I mean, as long as you wild about the crazy, as long as you wild about the right things, ain't nothing wrong with being Dame Gone Wild.
I'm wild about black people. I'm wild about my money, my children, my family.
And for the last 3 months, I've been wild about grapes, dog. Man, I'll be fucking some grapes up, dog.
Next week I'm gonna bring you some cotton candy grapes. I just want you to try just a few of them.
Don't waste your money.
They're non-GMO.
Think about that. Just think about that. Do you even know what GMO stands for?
Don't do that to me. No, I don't know what it's. General Motors operated.
Genetically modified organism.
They're not genetically modified.
If you make a grape taste like cotton candy, you have genetically modified it.
No, man, you turned it up. You cranked that bitch up a notch. I'm surprised you've never had one. They're really delicious. And you shop at Aldi's.
Have you ever smoked crack? I'm surprised you've never had it. No, nigga, I avoid terrible things.
I am surprised I've never tried a little crack.
That's crazy.
I do like drugs.
That's unfortunate.
I just really like weed. And I tried a little X once. Little X.
Hey, I think weed is a gateway drug, dog. Everything I used to not agree with, I agree with now. Ain't that funny how life works?
You know, one of them kids crept down on me. I can understand now why you feel that way because so like I like to smoke. I've been smoking since I was like 15, 16 years old. The weed has definitely changed in the damn near 30 years I've been smoking. I can understand the thought process where somebody would be like, this isn't getting me high like it used to.
And now niggas move to shrooms.
Let me see if I can up it. Now, I myself, I do like shrooms. But
if you never smoke weed, would you be using shrooms? It's almost like it was like a gateway.
I don't know, because the first time I tried shrooms, well, the only
suspect says weed is not a gateway drug, but he uses shrooms.
First time I tried shrooms, I was in the company of a woman, and we was finna have sex, and she was like, "This will turn it up a notch," and I'm like, "All right, whatever." But we weren't smoking weed at that time, so I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it is because weed is probably a gateway drug. It is. I mean, it is. It may not be.
Every time there's a gateway, it doesn't necessarily mean that every single person is walking through that fucking gateway. Every door, everybody don't open, but there's a door.
Like, it may not be blowing the hinges off that motherfucker, but niggas definitely smoke and be like, maybe I need to get to another level. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be a level beyond this. And like I said, man, when I reminisce about the weed that I smoked in my youth, Reggie's would get me high. I remember not too long ago, like my late 20s, early 30s, I could buy a quarter of Reggie's and smoke that shit for 3 days. Because that's how quality it was. I only smoked Kush on special occasions. Like my birthday and holidays. Other than that, I smoke Reggie's every day.
Where are the Reggies?
There's no such thing anymore.
And I fear that is the case. If somebody was going to convince me to start smoking weed regularly or semi-regularly, it would have to be like regular marijuana.
I didn't want to believe you when you first said it, because I'm like, nah, this dude Reggie's out there. I'm gonna grow the best Reggie's on the west side. Hey man, you can go to dispensary all day. You ain't finding regular weed is like the shit that's like 22% THC. That's regular weed now.
If that. Oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like that's the shit that ain't strong, that ain't that ain't that,
Niggas go in there. They go in there and genetically modify the weed and turn that THC level all the way up. And hey, yo, this fight heating up. Mario Barrios and Ramos is fighting right now.
Somebody took me on a tour of a dispensary, and after I left out of there, I felt completely different about the weed I was smoking. Like, they was legit washing the shit in some type of chemical. Washing the weed, I want to say it had a little tint to it after it got washed, and then they was drying this shit out.
Man,
I don't know what they did to it.
What's the brother name? Something Mohammed. What is? I can't think of his name right now. One of the brothers from the Nation of Islam. Got a degree from the University of Michigan. Damn, when Machete was here him and Machete met up in Atlanta, and that's where they both got into the nation together. Wesley Muhammad, brother Wesley Muhammad. Listen, man. Sometimes Wesley Muhammad will say a statement, and I'll be like, man, I don't know how you got there, you know, and then he will back it up with like facts and data and research and nothing. He would say a statement of like, this got to be based on how you feel. But I've learned that he is rare. I haven't. He's rarely. I can't prove him wrong on a lot of shit. I'll just say that. And when he was the first one that started telling me about like, yo, this weed ain't what it's supposed to be. He said they turning up the THC, they turn up the estrogen in it. It's growing like, you know,
it's something
like
different.
Any other industry, man.
It's something
Once
different.
That devil get on it,
man. When I used to the weed of my youth, when I used to get a eighth of Reggie's for $25, it was strong. It was strong. I would have to like go to work and hide the smell. You know what I'm saying? Like now weed is so acceptable. Like people just walk around reeking all day.
It's kind of crazy too, right? I mean, you're a smoker, so it's probably not as crazy, but like,
yes and no, because even though I'm a smoker, I believe it's a time and place for anything. It's just, you know, I'm still one of them niggas that believe in decorum to some extent. If I'm going out to dinner with a young lady, I don't necessarily want to be reeking as I walk through the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Now, after we done, so two things. I like to smoke either usually before I eat and then after I eat. So when I do that, so say if I know I'm going to somewhere nice, let's say me and a young lady going to Eddie V's, I'm not going to be blowed and reeking of weed walking into Eddie V's. Now, after we done enjoyed a good meal and we coming out, that's something different. But I just feel like there still should be some practical decorum. I've gone to my kids' school 8:00 in the morning, and I walk by parents and children that smell like weed. And I don't think like, nigga, you can't take that baby to school without blowing. Like you can't take that 15-minute. And I understand, I'm a wake and bake nigga. I like that feeling of being high all day. And that's what that wake and bake give me. But nigga, let that baby go to school. Like, don't let them start the day foggy as fuck. Like, just practice some decorum. Be the adult in this situation.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Oh, so for people listening and possibly watching, the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight is going on. The card is on right now. There's one more fight before they actually fight. Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor are going to fight for the second time. That should be a good fight between two young women. So if I stop talking or we stop talking or we looking over, the fight's on, and you can technically see it in the background right there.
Very small.
I got a TV right there that I'm watching them on. So if I turn this way, I can get a legal stream off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get the legal stream off in the background. Like that's not what I'm doing and shit.
Give me your early prediction of the fight.
I think Mike Tyson is gonna lose.
Okay.
Because he's 60 years old. And I think this is racist.
This is anti-black on Twitter.
This is
Mike Tyson loses, it's racist.
This is racist and anti-black. Why would this white kid want to beat up on an old black man we all have him in our hearts and our dreams? Like, he is a mythical figure in everybody's eyes. And we've gotten over the fact that 19 years ago, he was too old to fight and couldn't throw more than a few punches. And he got beat up by
a
McBride. What was his first name? Kevin McBride. And sat on the motherfucking
ropes,
the stool, and he was like, you know what I'm saying? But like, so you think 20 years later, he gonna do something. Now, Mike Tyson is one of my favorite people in the world. Like, he's like, I identify with Mike Tyson so much because growing up, all of my family in Tennessee called me Mike Tyson growing up. Because when I was a smaller child, I used to look like Mike Tyson, had a little cut, and I didn't see it when I was a kid. But now when I look back at old pictures, I'm like, oh, I get what they were talking about. But I've always had a love for Mike Tyson. He's on my GOAT interview list. But I'm definitely afraid of interviewing Mike Tyson, by the way.
Because you just never know.
He's one of my favorite persons to whole 9 yards. So,
but you see that nigga go off the rails sometimes.
Yeah. Also, it's like, he's 60 years old, dog. Like, he's 60.
He's 58.
Look at, he's 60. If I punched you 58 times and I'm be like, man, this nigga punched me like 60 fucking times. Like, no one's gonna squabble over.
I'm like, Jay spared me the last two.
Yeah.
He only hit me 58 times.
Like, and how many times you think you hit him? A nigga 60 times or so. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
if a nigga hit you 60 times in a fight, he's trying to kill you.
Yeah.
He's killing you. He's killing you. He's legit killing you. You're lifeless.
Yeah. So, like, all these videos that you see of Mike Tyson training are not current. They're from the old time. But you will see him throw 4 punches and stop. It's that do, and then the trainer have his hands up like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 4 punches and he stops. He cannot muster more than 4 punches in a row. That's it.
So, I like you. I love Mike. He was the ultimate. Mike was a living gladiator. And in my youth, there was nobody more feared in that boxing ring than Mike Tyson. And anytime Mike fought, it was for the better part of 25 years. It was a spectacle. It was an event. Mike, like you said, 20 years ago, he just didn't have the gas. He didn't look like himself. He looked old. He looked defeated. And he was an older fighter then. 20 years ago, Mike was like, leaning. Yeah, leaning. And that's old for a fighter. That's really old for a fighter. I hate Jake Paul. I was just trying to tap dance around it. I hate it. Now he can promote the hell out of the fight. Like he gets,
and he can fight a little bit. It is what it is. He's not fighting top competition. He got a right hand though. And
that's
right
the thing.
Put niggas to sleep. And I do not want you to punch Mike Tyson because I'm gonna be offended. I feel like it's racist for you to punch Mike Tyson.
but Jake Paul has been fighting over the hill fighters, niggas that are not boxers necessarily. When he fought Anderson Silva, he was at the end of his career, and Anderson Silva is not technically a boxer. He is a good boxer compared to MMA standards. Like,
he fought real boxers and he lost because he's not undefeated no more. You know what I'm saying? Jake lost to like real boxers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and so at his weight, what class is he in? Is he middle?
For this particular fight, no, he fights at like, he'll probably be like cruiserweight or light heavy. He'd be like 168, 170 pounds. They be very liberal with their weight classes.
So talk to me after he's fought, I don't know, 5 sanctioned cruiserweight fights against niggas out there that really fight for a living. And then let him get exposed. I just don't think he's a good fighter. I love Mike. And I'm wishing the best, but I think the fight is going to end in some bullshit. And I think that if Jake Paul does happen to beat Mike Tyson, or let's just say worst case scenario, he knocks him out, he will walk around with that on his coat for the rest of his life.
No,
the rest of his life. We'll never hear the end of it. Jake
Paul beating Mike Tyson. If Jake Paul beats up Mike Tyson, I will feel how most of y'all feel after Trump won the election. Like that's how hurt and like I feel if he goes in there and beats up Mike Tyson. I don't want to see it. I can't believe this is happening. Why'd this go down? I am happy that Mike is getting upwards to $20 to $40 million, whatever the case may be. More power to you.
Get that back.
Because I mean, fuck it, I'll take a beating for $20 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
get that back.
And shit, with $20 million, you might convince me I can win. You know what I'm saying?
I just rather the fight just not happen. Like, let me just continue to have my delusions of grandeur in my head about everything that I believe about Mike Tyson, still being dangerous, still being a warrior. I just don't want Jake Paul to have that on his resume. I don't want him to be able to say, I was the last man to beat Mike Tyson. I don't want him to be able to shut your European lips. Shut your European fucking lips. I don't want to hear that shit.
Nigga from Ohio.
Shut your European lips. Even worse. The mistake by the lake. Even fucking worse. Shut
Mike
your
Tyson,
stank
however,
ass Ohio mouth. What?
Mike Tyson, however, still can draw a large crowd. Netflix servers are in shambles right now. Somebody just sent me a picture of the AOL dial-up. the AOL dial-up meme.
That's all I saw up and down on my Twitter feed was niggas talking about, like, is your shit buffering? Is your shit buffering?
You know what's so crazy? I got this fight on in my living room. I got it on the computer behind me. I got it on this TV right here. And I had it. I tried to play it or share it on this one. My shit not buffering though. Like, niggas are exposing themselves for horrible internet right now.
Yeah.
Up the package. Up the speed, my nigga. up the speed. You feel me?
You know, that's funny because, you know, at my job, we work from home. So every now and again, I make my team run random speed tests. In order to work from home, just in the regular packaging, it says you have to have 100 megabit per second internet speeds.
Yeah.
So I got this one girl on my team. She kept having technical issues. Went to the office, IT and re-imaged her laptop 2 or 3 times. And the IT guy hit me up. He's like, when the last time you ran the speed test? I said, it's been a while. Ran that bitch 30 megs per second. Baby, you gotta.
You know why? She's using her phone as a hotspot.
So now we are at the point so I basically told her, until you upgrade your shit, you got to work from the office. And that's what I think she's doing. That's
100% what she's doing. She's using her phone as a hotspot because she's not at home. Okay. It's a laptop, right?
Yeah.
She's not at home. She's using her phone as a laptop, as a hotspot. You can't even get underneath 100 megs. It's not even offered. Well, at least not from major companies. That's not a thing.
No, I feel you. Maybe get some prepaid shit.
The prepaid shit is 100 meg. It's 100.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got 100 and 200. Like, that used to be super fast back in the day. Like, black. That used to be like, when I first started getting on the internet heavy, when DSL was 768K or 758K, whatever. 768, right? Yeah. Not even a gig, you know what I'm saying? But that DSL line was like, that was crazy while niggas on dial up. But when
Comcast hit 4 megabits per second.
No, just the one and the 1.5 megabits. It's like, what? You want me to, what? I was at the crib. Like, because we had 2 telephone lines in the crib, one for the house phone and one for the internet. I'm like, Ma, when you think about what we paying for 2 lines and what we pay for the AOL, back in the day, Comcast have something like, $39.99 for 6 months. I'm like, we can just get it for 6 months. After that, like, I'm up here coming up with the sales strategy before I even worked there, right? I'm coming up with a sales strategy because I just want a faster internet. Like, my Kazaa and LimeWire downloads was taking days to complete. I wanted Booty Talk 78, and it takes 60. Boy, everybody had Booty Talk, all them shits off of fucking LimeWire. YouTube.
How many STDs did that shit give the family computer?
I'm a smart nigga. I never gave a. I'm smart. Nigga. I was in computer school.
I blew the hard drive out of 3 computers. I remember the first song I downloaded on the internet was D12 Shit on You. Shit took 3 days. I remember I moved into my apartment and we got high-speed internet, and I tried 112 and Mobb Deep had that song together. I think it was Hey Love. And I clicked on that shit. I went to go warm up my food in the microwave. I came back, the song was done. I said, oh my God. Like, nigga, I felt like I had made fire.
So, like, when niggas talk about internet speeds right now, everybody has fast internet right now. We don't even got to worry about the speed. What you got to worry about is bandwidth, right? And so, like, for an example, I'm in my office. I got a direct line connected to my computer because I want all the speed. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, everything else is wireless, whatever. But I got a direct connection because, say you got 1,000 megabits. I got 48 devices connected to my Wi-Fi right now. You know what I'm saying?
48?
Yeah. From phones to
that's
TVs to tablets to light bulbs to fucking vacuums, and like you have more devices connected to the internet right now than you even realize.
I didn't realize how important bandwidth was until the pandemic, and like everybody at the house. I'm working from home. You know, we got 4 or 5 cell phones on the internet, the PlayStation, the Xbox,
Ring cameras. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit is using data. If people fucking scales is connected to Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? Like TV, they fucking. I don't have one of these refrigerators, but they got like smart fridges and everything is connected to the internet.
I'm surprised you don't have one.
No, I'm not. Listen,
it just seems like it's up your alley. That's all I'm saying.
Look, man, from the outside looking in, things are different. I don't like to spend money, by the way. It may not look like that with certain particular items, but I would rather not spend it. I'm very cheap. I'm very frugal. I'm very
cheap,
not
nigga.
yet.
You said it. You said it.
You know, feel me? But everybody got their things though, right? Because there's certain things.
Oh yeah, let a new Apple Watch come out. Let a new iPhone come out, and I know my nigga gonna have it.
Sometimes though, you know what I'm saying? It just depends on the thing, right?
Yeah.
But like I know folks who, in my friends and inner circles, they'll buy different things. I'm like, man, I would never pay $3,000 for a pair of shoes. You know what I'm saying? And then niggas be like, well, I would never pay $3,000 for one single camera lens. You got me there. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody got like their things, and then
I get you.
And I'd be like, dog, it's only $7, nigga. I ain't paying for that shit. Fam, you got $4,000 pair of shoes, but you won't pay the $8 for the. Everybody got the different things that they do. So it's like it's hard to judge somebody from the outside or trying to count somebody's pockets, because the thing that you think they got quote unquote money for, it may be the only thing they ever splurge on, and like the rest of their life is like not that way.
But it's funny that you say that, because like, not that this is a whole hell of a lot of money, but like I took my kids out to dinner tonight. After bill and the tip, we only went to Applebee's, but for all of us to eat, appetizer, dessert, bill, tip, it came out to like $150. Relatively cheap, because I've spent that with just me and a woman. But then on the flip side, like it's a game I play on my phone, and they was talking about the upgraded package for $4.99. I damn near dropped that bitch, like $4.99. How dare they?
Yeah, and for a game that you probably spend 10 hours a week on, like some of these games, I be playing these fucking games a lot, and they ask and suffering through all them fucking ads every day of the week because you won't pay the $5 one time, right? Like nigga, that really got me one time. I'm like, fam, I've been playing this game. Like, I'm on level like 8,000 on one particular game. Like, clearly, this is some shit that you fuck with. Like,
right,
8,000 levels, my nigga. I didn't know it can go that high. It never stops. Actually.
And you still watching ads.
I'm like, no, I stopped. I'm like, I'm gonna buy this shit. Cause like, what the fuck is going on here, dog? Like, just buy the shit, dog. Pay them for the non-ad thing. Cause when you think about like Xbox or PlayStation, you paid it $50 for Call of Duty because you know for the next 7 months it's gonna take your time. Same difference with a game on your phone.
So 2K had me in a chokehold like that one year. And when I finally like looked at all the charges and how much money I spent to get my player up to like 94%, I was embarrassed. I was fucking embarrassed, dog. And niggas still wouldn't pick me up in a wreck.
I did that too before, but it was like on a one of these games where I'm like buying more coins because I want to finish this shit.
Yeah.
And I played these little strategy games with different colors or flips because I be trying to keep my brain sharp. You know what I'm saying? I figure if I can always if I can exercise my brain by like trying to figure out this puzzle, like I can always stay like smart or some shit. I don't know.
Okay.
Could be dumb, but whatever. It exercises my brain. That's where you start at. But then I'll be like, am I paying for a gym membership for my brain? Because this shit getting kind of expensive. Okay. So I had to relax. You know?
But you won't hesitate to drop 175 on a Jordan 1 colorway you ain't never had before.
175 for sure. Gotta do it.
I mean, I know people will drop.
I haven't bought a new pair of shoes in over a year though. It's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you using that money to save up for a wedding ring?
Yep.
Okay, good job.
Yep.
Good job.
I'm married to my mortgage, and every first of the month, shit is due. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't get paid on the first. You know what I'm saying?
They'll get you to the 5th. They'll get you to the 5th before they start. You know. What's up, Jason?
They'll give you.
Haven't seen you in about 35 days.
They'll give you to the 12th before they charge you a fee. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, yo, we need $35 if you don't pay me by tomorrow, nigga. So, all right, here you go, nigga. Anywho, man,
I haven't seen you in a couple days.
How was your week, dog?
Crazy week, man. So, this week I finally got legit. I have license, registration, and proof of insurance. When the police pull me over, I'ma slam down my shit on a dashboard like the big motherfucking Joker.
Or
bitch,
just don't get pulled over, my nigga. Don't even wish that into your life. You said win as if like it's going to happen, my nigga. No,
you're right, because I haven't been pulled over in like, I don't know, maybe well over a year. I got pulled over like last May for some bullshit, but like I haven't got pulled over in quite some time. So probably like, yeah, let's just wish I don't get pulled over. Secondly, my middle son got suspended from school. And
because he was skipping.
Nah. So the school, this is where my conundrum comes in about schools, especially black schools. They suspended him. The school has this policy that you can't wear like coats and hoodies in the school. So according to him, he had his hoodie on, but he was on his way to his locker to drop it off and go to the next class. They have a room that they use just for detention. So while he is going to his locker, he walks past the detention room. He says somebody comes out, grabs him, and is like, that's 2 days.
Because he had
so I get a no, he didn't have a hood on. He just had, it's a zip up hoodie that he wear. He got like a polo zip up hoodie. He just had the hoodie on, like the jacket on, but not the hood on or whatnot. He said he was going to his locker to drop it off. Somebody snatched him. They said that's 2 days. So this happened Wednesday. His mama called me on Wednesday. It was like, he got suspended. He can't go back to school until Monday. So initially I'm like, yo, they fucking with my child. Like, he said that he was cold. And now this is the caveat. You can wear a coat in school, but you have to purchase it from the school. It has to be their coat. And their coat is like $30. So if as long as you purchase their coat, you can wear a coat in school.
Get rid of the Department of Education, though.
And I'm just like, there's way more important shit to be tripping about.
I understand the hoodie thing. In the wake of all these like school shootings and like,
no, I get it. If he was walking around with a hoodie on his head.
Now let me ask: do you think he had the hoodie on? I know what he told you. Do you think he had the hoodie on?
No, because he big about his hair. He ain't cut his hair in like a year and a half. So he big about like wearing his hair out. So he rarely will put something on it that's going to mash his hair down.
So
no.
Outside of school, he don't never put a hoodie on.
No, he ain't one of them. Like he'll wear the hooded sweatshirt just for the aesthetic, but he not gonna throw like the hoodie on.
So in your heart of hearts, you think an adult teacher just saw him walking and was like, I'm giving you 2 days of detention?
This is a rule that they're really hard-nosed about. Now, the second part of this is that, after suspension, I don't know if you've ever been suspended, but I'm very familiar with this process as I've been suspended at least a dozen times. So on Monday, I have to walk him into the school. On Monday, I plan to have a conversation with somebody like, I just need more context. I'm not going in there because he asked me, please. He was like, please don't come up to school and start tripping. I said, I'm not, but I just need to talk to another adult and get a little bit more context about this rule and why they so hard pressed on niggas not wearing jackets.
So, because you might have a gun, my nigga, you can't wear the coat in school because you might have a gun. It's easy to conceal a gun in a coat than it is in a regular shirt. That's just how it is. Also, does he go to that school wear uniforms?
Yeah.
So you can't wear your regular coat because your regular coat is probably designer, and the whole thing is we want everybody to look the same. I'm not saying that's a good idea.
The same color as a uniform.
I'm sorry?
Like the regular the coat that he wore, it's the same color as his uniform.
I get it, but like in these schools that make you wear uniforms, like you got to get them from certain places. Like you can't get the Balenciaga yellow and brown. You got to get the Foreman Mills yellow and brown.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Was whatever. So
uniformity.
Yeah,
everybody looks the same, like in prison.
For sure. Like I think that's too much. I think that's a overstep. However, they were trying to correct the bullying that goes on and the classism that goes on with, we the cool kids, we got cool clothes, y'all poor. If you put everybody in the same gear, the thought process was everybody be treated equal. Clearly that's
everybody looks, it's funny because I got all my kids except one is in a school that requires a uniform. So I've seen this from its inception up until current day. And like, yeah, you got to wear the Foreman Mills polo and the Foreman Mills pants, but like they freak it a little bit. Somebody may have on a Christian Dior belt. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody may have on, like you say, some Balenciagas. Like they still can get freaky with their shoes and shit.
The style of the person gonna shine through. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Me and you can go into Target and go pick out an outfit in the same we gonna look. You gonna look like you would normally look, and I'm gonna look like how I would normally look, because that's exactly the style and how you wear your clothes and everything like that.
The confidence that you wear it with.
Yeah, you can't,
the sauce.
You can't dictate and or legislate somebody's feelings. If a motherfucker gonna be a bully, all right, fuck it. I can't talk about your clothes. I'm gonna talk about your fucking face now. You know what I'm saying? Let me talk about your mama. I saw her on Instagram. She got OnlyFans. Like, you can't legislate that shit out of schooling. I know that as a parent, it's probably like, we'll figure something out, because I don't want my kid getting bullied. I don't know how I would feel if my kid is the one in there being bullied because they clothes, right? So,
right.
I'm not mad at it, but I don't know if that's the answer. And it's probably easier
That's
to
funny
parents,
that you mentioned that because no, it is. Like it's hella easy for me to buy clothes.
Yeah.
It's hella easy for me to buy school clothes. $100 for each kid, I can get damn near five outfits. Just rotate them shits. But it's funny that you mentioned that shit about kids getting bullied because I was at the liquor store with two young niggas fought. They probably was like 12th grade, 16, 17 years old. And what kind of triggered the fight? I heard one nigga say to the other, man, your sister ain't do shit but graduate and move to OnlyFans. And I was like, oh. like that's gonna touch a nerve. And then they were scrapping. Then I came outside after making my purchase, the niggas were scrapping.
You should be like, hey, young man, what's your sister OnlyFans? Research purposes only. I just want to verify if this was a thing or not. Apparently she grown now. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, she graduated. So I would assume she at least 18.
Yeah, that's nasty.
It is. That's the nasty work. Yeah. That's nasty work. Yeah. So yeah, on Monday I'm gonna go up to the school, see what they're talking about. Other than that, man.
When you used to get in trouble in school, did you give your parents the whole story? You said you've been kicked out of school a dozen times. Did you tell them the truth a dozen times?
No, but it got to the point. So I don't want to never say my parents gave up, but it definitely got to a point.
If that's what happened, then tell us what happened. I don't care what you want to say. Tell us what you feel like.
I feel like at a certain. I remember the last time I was headed for some major punishment. Like I did something. My mom told me specifically, do not go here. I had lost my car. My parents had kept my car for like 2 months. I got my car back on a Saturday. My mom gave me the keys and said, do not go here. I said, Ma, I won't go there. I put gas in my car. I made a beeline straight to the place. She told me not to go.
You know,
I'm thinking I'm slick.
Man, that gotta hurt her, dog. That got to hurt when your kid look you in your face and lie. You know what I'm saying? Like if they quote unquote gave up, it's more like I'm so hurt. You came out of me. You feel me? Like I love you so much, and you gonna sit there and lie to my face.
The disappointment I feel is just so strong that they just that type of discipline they just stopped. So I got my car back, and I got into some bullshit with my ex-wife, who was my little girlfriend at the time, and she was at work. My mama told me, do not go up to her job. Don't go up there. Because I got into some bullshit at the job too. They caught me, making some money on the side. I quit. And then I started working at the job next door. So I was still, knee deep in the bullshit. But she said, don't go up there. I put gas in my car. I went straight up to my girlfriend's job because I hadn't seen her in like 3 weeks. When you're young and in love, you just got that fire burning. Like I gotta see her. I gotta see her.
I don't think I went up there because I didn't want to not see my girlfriend.
I mean, decisions were made. Choices were made.
In the grand scheme of things, and the choice that I made was not making a choice. And I think I was kicking my feet around because like, I want this girl every day. I'm not going nowhere. Oh well.
It's a dumbass decision. But
it is.
Choices were made. So I went up there to see Crystal. I'm laughing and giggling. And mind you, I had worked at this job for like damn near a year. So I knew everybody up there. Me and Crystal's younger sister were not in the best space at that time. We didn't really like each other. Now that's my homegirl. I love her to death. She gave me 4 beautiful nieces and nephews. So she called home telling her parents what time we getting off. Whoop, whoop. Oh, Damon up here. Crystal mama calls my mama saying Damon at the job. So she already know I'm there. So after I finish lollygagging and bullshitting, I go home. I go in the house. I walk in. My mom was like, did you go up to the job and see Crystal? I looked her dead in her face again and told her, no, I didn't. And I proceeded to go up the steps. Now, by this time, my dad is also home. So I'm walking up the steps. And my mom was like, bring me the keys back. So I'm coming down the steps. I'm on punishment again. But I stayed on punishment. So I was like, I don't get no fuck. I was on punishment again. My dad stopped her. She said, don't take the keys. Because he's going to keep doing fuck shit. And so I used to write down every time my dad would say something wild. Like I had a journal of his wild statements. I still have it. Because I said, when I'm a parent, I'm going to use these shits. But he used one I never heard him use before. I've never heard him use again. He said, we try and give you a chance and you keep fucking me with a dry ass screw. He said, you just ain't going to learn your lesson. He said, you 17, you want to be grown? Go ahead. And he let me keep my keys. I went upstairs and I went to sleep. Now it was, it was.
Won.
I did, but I lost. Because it's not only the thing like, all right, we've been trying to do this and that. We're going to stop. It was like, you want to be grown? You're going to be all the way grown. I had no help for prom or homecoming. No help for graduation. My shit would happen with my car. I remember I was driving a Cadillac back then and I had an electrical problem. I remember I had to put that shit in the caddy dealership to get it fixed. It was like $950. I'm 16 years old. Like that's every dollar I've ever saved in my entire life was $1,000. And my dad was like, the dealership keep calling. Eventually they're gonna start charging you per day. You need to go up there and get the car. And I'm like, it's like $950. Hoping for some glimmer of help. And my dad's favorite words like, well, got to figure that shit out. So it's not that, yes, they were disappointed. And I feel like they took a different stance on discipline, but also they took a different stance on parenting. Because it's like, if you want to continue to make grown decisions, then you're just going to deal with grown consequences.
For a long time in this podcast journey we've been on, I did not know you had a sister. Right. And in all of your stories about your mom and your dad and your family, I be forgetting you have a sister because you don't talk about your sister. Like, how was your sister relationship? Was she was like in the house with y'all, right, during all this time, or
yeah, like she's 3 years younger than me.
Where do she be at in these stories? Like, how was she acting? Did she go to the same school you went to? Like,
no, we didn't. I went to Cass. She went to Catholic high school. She went to DePores. So like we weren't really crossing paths. When she started high school, she in 9th grade, I'm in 12th. So I mean, like we just not.
My brother was, when I was in 9th grade, he was in the 12th grade.
Yeah, so it just wasn't a lot of interactions. And the thing about it, like I wasn't, like once I had the ability to have freedom, I just felt like I just stayed gone. You know what I'm saying? Like
how was your interactions with your parents? Like, was she the good one? Was she just as rebellious, or like how that work out?
So when she started like driving, dating, all of that shit, I'm already gone. So it's kind of hard for me to say. I never remember like hearing nothing, but like I'm literally, she's 16, I'm 19, I'm already in my apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
you 16 and she 13.
I was, and that's probably why we have some of the issues we have now. I was not like involved. I was just in my own world. Like she was there, we would do family shit occasionally, but like she was just there. It was more like
she was not the focus in your life.
No, it's like I would see her in passing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk, but like, all right, I'm on my way out the door. So like legit, I would leave home 7:15, 7:20 to go to school. If my curfew was 10:30 at night, I'm not pulling back up until 10:29. And I'm doing that like 6-7 days a week. I'm not coming home after school. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm either getting dressed for work at work or at some girl house.
So you never got to be big brother to your little sister? Like when she had an issue with a little boy or something, you ain't never get to scare, like you wasn't big brother to your little sister.
Like She dated like one nigga in particular. I remember us giving him like a hard ass time because I knew he was
I don't
soft
know
as
what it's like
Charmin.
to be a big. Well, I've got younger cousins who stay with me, but like, we more than 3 years apart. We probably like 5 or 6 years apart. But I don't know how to. Coming up, I wasn't the big brother. You know what I'm saying? I had a big brother, so like.
And I mean, you make a good point. That's probably where the source of some of our contention comes at present day, because I just wasn't like I was literally like in my own shit. Anybody that know me, like my parents gave me a lot of freedom. Like once I was able to be gone, I just stayed gone. I like being out in the streets. I like dealing with girls. I like making money, and I didn't like being at home. Nigga, I told you last week, like I applied for low income housing in 12th grade because I knew the list was about a year. So I said, by this time next year, I'll be in a low income house and I'll be out. Like, nigga, I was putting furniture on layaway in 11th grade, my nigga. Like, I knew I didn't want to live at home.
Very interesting person, Damon Bradley. Very interesting. This is not normal. You're very.
I see that now. I see that it's not normal now. But like back then, I was just kind of like marching. I was like, how am I moving to an apartment with no furniture?
Because like back then, when we kids, you know what I'm saying? You say you 10 years old or whatever, like it wasn't a bunch of outside shit to do at a certain age. Like you just in the house, like me and my brother was just in the house together. You feel me? Because like summer break, like you niggas is in the house. Like you can go outside, but like I don't know. You at a certain age, no, we didn't have free roam outside, right? It was like, yo, ma, can I ride my bike or such and such? It's like, no, you niggas is in the house until we get off work, or depending on how age. Once we get you 7th, 8th grade, you can go outside without asking. But like, we were just like in the house, and we was like playing together, forced to play together. Now, 2 boys is different because we into the same shit, wrestling and shit like that. I mean, that's different. But like Netta, who was our sister, basically. She was right there with all of us, with me, Quentin, Garrett, my brother, and Netta. But like we had this, our family was not forced, but we was like, so we was our friends. Cousins was the first friend, so we would just together so fucking much. And I get that it wasn't like that, you know what I'm saying? For y'all, hey yo, get off my fucking door, man. You gotta talk to these dogs. This dog is crazy. You're scratching on my fucking door. Anywho, but that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because I be forgetting that you got a sister still. Because all these stories, I'd be like, well, what the fuck? Where's your sister?
Yeah, I was really just in my own world.
That's it. You act like an only you act like an only child.
Again, probably reasons why we have the issues that we have. I was just literally in my own world. I was moving. I had tunnel vision on living by myself or living outside of the home and just doing what I wanted. I didn't have like a fucked up upbringing. Yeah. Again, I had people that loved me at home, but I just wanted to be my own person. I didn't like people telling me what the fuck to do, whether it was pick up your socks out the middle of the room or go sweep the fucking floor. I didn't like hearing that shit.
Now, I only met your sister like one time before. You know what I'm saying? At an event somewhere. It might have been at the
my dad's repass.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that I haven't talked to her in depth or whatnot. So I have no, this is legitimately a question. Mm-hmm. Do you think she could harbor some resentment towards you if you seem like the star of the family and you were doing quote unquote bad things and you got all the mom and dad's attention and like, hey, here I am, like not fucking up?
I can see that. I can see that being an issue. Yeah. I could definitely see that being like, Jay, I just stayed in shit.
Yeah.
Like I did not know how to not be in trouble. I just stayed in shit. I spent months on punishment. Like legit months. I just didn't know how to like so like You remember that little nigga that stole the car? Like, I want to do bad shit with my friends. Like, that was me. I want to do bad shit. I want to be out here and do the shit I know I'm not supposed to be in this woman's house fucking her daughter after school, but this is what I want to do. I know I'm not supposed to be, my nigga Doug, his mama used to let us smoke in the living room. You know what I'm saying? We get off of school.
What do Doug do? What's up with Doug right now?
My nigga work at the gas station. He give you 20 on pump 5. 20 on pump 5. He was working at the gas station when he was in high school. He just never left.
Man, what I noticed, man, and with people in my actual life, not like on some TV shit or whatever. People in my actual life and family and things of that nature. The ones with the parents who let them do wild shit in the house, their life never ends up right. It just don't.
Because you can't be
personal life, right? Now, I'm not saying that you might be different, you know what I'm saying? But like when you smoking and drinking, and I understand the concept. Well, I'm gonna smoke with them here, so I know that they safe because they gonna do all the shit the niggas say. Every time I've seen that coming up as a kid and as an adults now, like the end product when they get to adulthood, there is some major shit wrong and major shit missing, and it's like it's too late to fix. That shit just don't work out.
Because you can't be your kid's friend. There has to be a line of discipline. And my mom used to teach like 2nd or 3rd grade back in the day. And she was like, kids crave discipline. They want to know how far they can go. They want to know limits, and you have to give that to them.
They want to be led. I learned this about animals, dogs. A dog want to be led. He's looking for a pack leader. And if you don't step up and be the fucking leader, then it's gonna run you. So when I be seeing people walking their dog and the dog is walking them, like that dog don't fucking. I know you love that dog. That dog look at you like that's my bitch. Take me on a walk, nigga. No, that's not how
he look at you like y'all equals.
Yeah,
or like he's superior. He's superior.
Want to be led. You ever see somebody who got a trained dog and that dog right up on him, looking at him, happy to do the next thing that they tell him to do? Like,
and it's like
children want that. When the young nigga who grew up in the hood with his single mom, he go out into the street looking for a fucking father. I want somebody to teach me the game, ghost, right? And he go find a nigga that's gonna give him all the game. It's gonna be fucked up game, but the nigga want to be led. People want to be led. Everybody looking for a black leader, or we need this. People want to be led, and if you don't give them no direction, they're not gonna respect you.
Yeah, but I just feel like my parents at a certain point, they just kind of like took their hands off of shit. And
well, your parents 100% gave you direction. You feel me? That's not the same situation. The Bradleys 100% did everything they possibly can for you.
They loved and guided and provided everything that. When I look at how many opportunities I just fucked up, like just not giving a fuck. Like I've always had that like aloof type of spirit. But like when I just look at like so many, I talked about my dad working at Wayne County Community College. I have nothing to show for it. I could have at least got an associate's degree, maybe 2. Nothing to show for it. I can think of like one of the biggest fuck ups I had. I had this teacher at Cass. Shout out to Miss Das Gupta. Niggas will probably remember that name. And I was failing English, 12th grade English, because I wasn't coming. And she stopped me one day in the hallway. She handed me this extra credit. And she was like, if you got any chance of passing my class, you're going to do this and have it back to me by tomorrow. And it was like to write this poem. And if you got selected, your poem would be published. They would fly you out to, it was for University of Chicago or I think it was Northwestern. And they was going to fly you out. You read your poem. They publish it. You get like 20 copies of the book. So I did the shit and it ended up winning. So like the people was calling my house to like set up arrangements for me and my family to go out to Chicago. And I'm like, I ain't fucking doing that shit. I got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? I got to get some money.
I made horrible decisions. You know what I'm saying? Well, I didn't make decisions, which by default was making a decision. Horrible ones.
Yeah. And it's being young and being stupid and just being stubborn. I was not making smart choices. I was just not making smart choices. And even now I just look at it like, man, I've squandered a lot of shit. Relationships that probably could have really turned into something, opportunities. Like when I was rapping real heavy, I fucked up like probably an opportunity at a major deal. Like I was just so into my damn shit. I couldn't see the forest from the trees, my nigga. I was living that shit. There's a famous local rapper that I was trying to press when he was an up and coming rapper. His career soared, took off. He's famous as fuck. My career.
How was you trying to press him, Dane?
So it was some young niggas that was producing that he worked with. And me and one of the producers agreed that this beat that he played for me, he was going to give me. I go back to the studio and my man is the engineer and he was like, yo, you heard of that? What's the name, kid? I said, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I see him around here. He played the song and he was rapping over my beat.
Damn, this is so crazy. You know why this is so crazy? And I'm gonna let you finish. But when I was on Facebook right before we started this pod, the picture of a producer that I haven't seen in a long time popped up as persons I might know who did the exact same thing to me. Sold a beat to somebody in my crew. Matter of fact, It's crazy. So whatever you about to say, I'm with you, nigga. Press that motherfucker. Okay, go ahead.
So I see the young nigga, and you know, you gotta. At the time, I'm a much bigger man. Like I lost a lot of weight, but I'm like, you know, I'm still 6'1" and like closer to 3 bills. And I'm doing everything except putting my hands on him. Like I'm like these on the young nigga.
Yeah.
He's still basically in high school, and I'm an adult. Needless to say, he kept the beat. The song did nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't go nowhere. It ain't on no mixtapes. Can't nobody like. I still got the I found like the CD of the beat. The song didn't do nothing. It didn't go nowhere. But his career has skyrocketed. He's a touring rapper. He does very well for himself.
And now his name is Bodie James. Like, no.
And I'm a nigga that work in the call center. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
That happens sometimes, you know?
It is. But like, he didn't do nothing. Like, the young nigga didn't do nothing personally to me. My beef should have been with the producer. He just the nigga that happened to rap on it. But I was like, oh, when I see it.
My beef is with the producer still. He from a major family in Detroit. But I mean that shit 20 years ago. I mean, I'm over it, but you know, still.
Yeah. Decisions were made, and sometimes you just make the wrong fucking ones.
Yeah.
My life is a collage of poor decisions.
Man, I wanna since the Tyson fight about to come on, all that shit. I want to talk about this clip, something that Tyson said. Let me know if I'm about to play it.
You return to the ring. For this fight, you are setting a monumental opportunity for kids my age to see the legend, Mike Tyson, in the ring for the first time. So after such a successful career, what type of legacy would you like to leave behind when it's all said and done?
Well, I don't know. I don't believe in the word legacy. I just think that's another word for ego. Legacy doesn't mean nothing. That's just some word everybody grabbed onto. Someone said that word and everyone grabbed on the word, so now it's used every 5 seconds. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over. Who cares about legacy after that? What a big ego. So I'm going to die. I want people to think that I'm this, I'm great. No, we're nothing. We're just dead. We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That is something that I have not heard before, someone say that as an answer.
Can you really imagine somebody say, I want my legacy to be this way when you're dead? Why do you want somebody you think somebody really wants to think about you? What's the audacity? I think, I want people to think about me when I'm gone. Who the f- cares about me when I'm gone? Well, my kids, maybe, or grandkids. Who cares?
And again, thank you so much for sharing that.
Yo, normally when people are interviewed by kids, they give a
that was Mike Tyson. So when I told you Mike Tyson, one of my favorite people, and like I'm definitely afraid of interviewing Mike Tyson. I'm not sure if y'all
can go like that.
Most of his podcast is like that, and then he starts crying. But not like he has gone through the ego death with the ayahuasca and everything like that. And when like you've been a commodity your whole life and everybody always wanted something from you and been picking at you, you realize that this shit, it don't fucking matter. And like, we are now, before we get into like super duper introspective and all other shit, he was talking to a kid. If y'all couldn't see the video and just listening, so they was expecting
a little girl.
Yeah,
a little girl.
She must have been what, 12, 13 or something like that.
If that, I'm thinking 11, 12.
Yeah,
a little girl,
very well spoken. She asked a really detailed question.
And when Michael started talking weird, she was trying to wrap that shit the fuck on up.
And she listened though, and she thanked him like, "Hey, I haven't heard that," and that's probably gonna change her life in real life. You know, that's probably gonna change because that's a perspective different than the platitudes that you normally. Once you ask a question like that, it's, "Oh, I want to be hard work and determination. You can make it if you try." Like, that is some ego shit. Yo, talk about me 100 years from now. Legacy is I haven't heard that way before, but legacy being another word for ego, I'm kind of feeling it. What do you think about that?
I think Mike has a very unique perspective. I don't think it's wrong. But we talked earlier today about like decorum and being in the right place and saying things there's a space and time for everything. I don't have any problem with that answer. I do have a problem of the vessel he was giving that answer to. I just, like the comedian was about to say, normally when people talk to kid reporters, it's light, it's a little jovial, it's a child.
For sure. However, this is a very violent sport. And two men are about to go in there and throw punches at each other until somebody get knocked out. A child normally not in this situation asking questions. It's not a child.
Yeah.
A child atmosphere. And especially the night before a fight, I'm in my locked in mode. You feel me? That made me kind of happy to see what kind of mode that Mike Tyson was in. And he wasn't in this jovial 60-year-old 3 years from now, I got my Social Security kicking in, Mike Tyson.
If Mike is not a jovial person at this stage in his life, he probably never will be.
Well, Mike is a jovial person though. But like when he is in this mode, he wasn't. Like you see Mike, like he be out and did you see the video with him with the small nigga?
Hayabusa. I don't know how to pronounce. Mike said he thought he was a child. That's why he was kissing on him and picking him up. He thought he was a child. Has Beulah. That's the gentleman's name.
26, dog.
Mike said he came to find out he was 27. He thought it was a child, and that's why he was picking him up and play boxing with him and trying to nuzzle up on his neck.
Yeah, that was wow. And then my man was like in fight mode, but like he thought he was playing.
It's a little person. You know what I'm saying? You don't take the threats of a little person.
Man, I would
Hey, yo, before we get off of this real quick, in your spare time, go to your Googles and Google a movie called Tiptoes with Matthew McConaughey. It is about him being from a family of dwarfs. This was a major motion picture. Tiptoes.
So he played. This is a movie.
Yes.
Was he like normal size in the movie?
He is normal size, but all of his relatives are dwarfs. The area that he was born and comes from, everybody is a dwarf, and he has a twin. His twin is a dwarf.
Who played his twin?
A midget actor.
Did he look like him?
No. How many? I think it would be very difficult to get a little person that looks like Matthew McConaughey.
That's why I don't know that'd be very difficult. It's only so many faces in the world, my nigga.
When you get a second to yourself, look for this movie on YouTube. You can find the trailer, Tiptoes with Matthew McConaughey. Amuse yourself.
I'm about to play it.
Okay.
We about to watch. We're gonna watch this fucking trailer. Tiptoes, 2003. This is interesting. I'm gonna download this shit and play it on this goddamn cause cause like what is this movie about? Like I'm interested like now. Like what is this about? Because tiptoes? Because everybody had to be on their tiptoes?
Everybody's a dwarf.
Or tiptoes because you got to tiptoe around and not speak the obvious truth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Just the trailer is really weird.
We about to see if I can bring up the trailer, dog.
Okay.
I'm interested. Tiptoes.
You know, I have people. Shout out to the people on IG that just send me shit all the time, randomly. My nigga 2, I ain't talked to this motherfucker in probably a decade, but we follow each other on IG, and he just send me random shit. It's a couple of y'all out there that I don't even know, but every day you're gonna send me something random. And somebody happened to send me this trailer. I watched it, and I was like, "What in the fuck is this? What in the fuck?"
All right, it's processing, and then we can talk about it. This is a recommendation from Damon Bradley.
It's not a
Damon.
I want y'all.
What's your middle name? Damon Jamal Bradley. I don't know if it's Jamal.
That's
is your
fine.
middle name, but
It's not. You would never be able to guess my middle name.
All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna pause because it's another 1 minute of that, but I get the gist of it now. There's some famous little people in that trailer. I'm not gonna watch this movie though. I can promise you that.
Maybe you and Ant should review it for This Week in Culture.
It's not our culture. You know what I'm saying? In a multitude of different reasons. It's not our culture. It does look interesting. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, who knows? I won't say I can guarantee I'm not gonna watch it because I watch weird shit on YouTube all the time. So.
Nigga, I watch Tubi movies. Every week. I'm up on a new one.
Yeah, that's funny because we call that shit Tubi movies because like
you know what it is.
Yeah,
you know what it is.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Looks like this Tyson fight is up next, and I just don't want Mike Tyson to lose to I just hope this the last
white man.
I hope this the last time we see Mike Tyson inside of a ring where he's not like the referee. I always wonder like why don't all boxers like be refs or judges? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all know the sport, like you want to be around the sport but not in the sport, like be a referee, be a judge. You should know what to judge and what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like why are the judges these random people? Well, not random people, because I actually want to be a judge.
Right.
I'm gonna look how to get there because I would love to judge fights. Oh man. AOJ Johnson. How was your week, my brother? Because I never asked myself that question.
You're right. My bad. How was your week, Jason?
No, that's not to you. That's not how the show goes. It don't matter how my week was. You feel me? That's just not how the show goes.
I ask sometimes.
I found out how to go about getting an official press pass. So I can actually get into some of these arenas and take pictures and shit, like, because it's a lot of places that I want to be able to go. And apparently the press pass isn't necessary. It's for journalists. You can be a photojournalist or the regular journalist. So like we may be getting access to like a litany of different things, all type of things.
I'm
and
with
like
it.
Official badge, placard, name thing, the whole 9 yards, like internationally. Like you put a request in and like, I want to go to the Paris Olympics as the press, you know what I'm saying? Type shit. So if I could once I get that, because it's a couple organizations that's like international, because you can get a press pass from like Time Magazine or something like that, but that's not the free press is everybody. You don't have to be CNN in order to get access to that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I get you.
It's easier when you connect it to an international organization. They can work on your behalf. So I found that out this week, and I'm doing that shortly, and I'm gonna have an official press pass. I'm like, man, how do I get to these concerts that always be down at the insert plaza? Because I want to take pictures and do stuff like in that
from the photo pit.
Yeah.
Or the side of the stage.
Yeah, or the basketball game, whatever. Because like if I want to do Shop Talk Sports and we focus on boxing, or Shop Talk Ring Talk, how the shit was, like, no, I want to be able to go to these events, be in the press area when people are walking, asking them questions. Like that's what I want to be a part of that.
Right, I feel you.
We about to be on that shit. That was a great find that I came across this week.
Okay, yeah. I'm with it.
Who was in your eyes right now? Who's the best pound for pound boxer out?
I'm probably still going with Tank
Davis. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, but you know what? Maybe that's just like a knee jerk answer. I probably had to get out a little bit of time. I really still like Canelo, and I think he's still one of the best. I like my man. I can think of his name. I can see his name. He got the titles, and he got like a plus size woman.
Terrence Crawford.
Yeah. Maybe that's a bad description of he's got the titles and a plus size lady on his arm.
And why I know who you was talking about. That's crazy.
But
Neo, who from like Japan and shit, he's fought in smaller weight classes, but like it's probably I would give the nod to Bud for right now. But I don't have a favorite fighter right now.
Is there some action?
No, one of these TVs is 58 seconds behind the other though.
Oh, okay.
But it was some action for sure.
Right.
58 seconds behind. So I'm gonna hear it before I see it because I can't keep turning around and shit. Man, this morning, man. Let me see. Oh, I'm about to show you this. We one step closer, even though this is not like an official anything, but this made me smile this morning, and I feel like, and it's gonna help me explain what I was about to say. Oh, it's in the wrong format. I'm about to play this for you though. All right, bet. You should know who this is by just listening to it.
Always wait. There it is. 808 hit. It's time to roll. Good morning, Jay Johnson. Good morning, brother. Good morning. Welcome. Y'all come on in. We in Joshua, the first chapter, verses.
I tapped into Kwame's
It's live.
Yeah, he every Friday morning.
Welcome, Jay Johnson.
You feel me? I'm like, what's up, my brother? I'm like, good morning to you, man. Glad to see you. Glad I caught you. And he was like, yo, what's up, Jay? I'm like, yo, Kwame said, what up, Jay Johnson? You know, I know that ain't nothing, but it means something to me.
For a second, I thought that might have been like some AI generated, like response, but no, that's the real Kwame.
Yeah, and
we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that interview in 25.
Man, I tapped into his and he probably gone about 20-25 minutes. I tapped into his message this morning, man, and it resonated with me. It really did. It resonated with me, and he shared.
In 25, we're gonna get that Kwame interview.
He shared something in his message about basically listening to God when He talked to you and knowing that. And he shared two examples. He said that he wasn't supposed to run for mayor the second time, and he had already had talks with his family and talks with business leaders or whatever, because the only thing he ever wanted to do in life, he said, was be the mayor of Detroit. He wanted to be the mayor of Detroit like Coleman Young, because he met Coleman Young when he was a kid. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to be nothing more or less. I wanted to be the mayor of Detroit. And then in the second term, he wasn't going to run, but then he said he saw the commercial from who did he run against in the second? Was it Garland, somebody, or
Sharon McPhail?
I forget. It was the dude though.
She was running back then.
It was the dude.
Garland Gilchrist.
It was the dude, and he was like, he put an ad out and was like, there's no way that Kwame's gonna beat me. I'm gonna beat him. And he said he saw that and he let his ego take over. But he said God told him not to run again. And that, set him on a course for a whole bunch of other stuff.
For the downfall. Yeah.
That was one example about like you have to listen. So he said while he was in prison, he had one more appeal left. And to go like to the Supreme Court or whatever. And everybody was ready to file. And he said, God told him not to file. Don't do it. And he was like, but it's my last chance. And blah, blah, blah. Said he told him not to do it. And so he didn't. He said, yeah, he actually listened. And then when Donald Trump and them came across and he was able to get out, he asked them, like, how did this process work? He said, well, we go through and we make sure that nobody has any pending options or penny cases or blah, blah, blah. He said, so if my appeal was still pending in the Supreme Court, I wouldn't have been selected. And he was like, no. He was like, and then that is what brought him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when God told you something the first time, you disobeyed him, and look where it got you ultimately. And then the second time, when you finally listened, it set you free. And basically the message is about like when that voice is there, when it's telling you to do something, telling you to go, telling you to stay, whatever the case may be, you know it and you feel it. And when you don't listen to it,
you're being disobedient.
Yeah, you've been disobedient. Man, that message hit me. It really hit me hard this morning because a lot of stuff been going through. But shout out to Kwame, man.
It convicted you.
That's my whose man's is this? And I know a lot of people not fucking with Kwame for a lot of different things. And he was on the Donald Trump side of things in the VIP section of the other stuff. But
why wouldn't he be for Trump? He got me out of jail. Why wouldn't I be? I could have still been rotting in jail.
If that was the only reason, I'll be okay with that reason. You feel me? Because there's certain people who have done, like, so for an example, when my mom passed November 22nd of 2017, folks who showed up for me during the toughest time in my life, I never forget that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never gonna forget that. And then when other people have passed, and I'm being there for them because they was there for me. Like, I don't give a fuck what this person do wrong. This person was there with me for whatever. I'm riding with them. And there's others examples of that in my life, but I can't tell because bless me, because of the police. But like there's definitely been, thank you, situations in life where like a motherfucker was there for me in this time frame, I'm with him. So if that was the only reason, I couldn't fault you for it. But I think it's other reasons too.
Look, man, I done seen you niggas be loyal for much less. Loyal to niggas that have done much less for you. And when you say that about like your mom passing, I remember who was there. Like when my dad passed, like niggas came out for me. You know what I'm saying? All of my homeboys was there. One of my best friends recently lost his grandmother. I was at the funeral last week, and his stepfather said something while we went out to dinner after the viewing earlier in the week, and he had said something about, Damon, you're always there, ride or die. And I looked around the table. I said, but this is my family too. This, like, I've known life with you all longer than I've known life without you all. This is my family.
Yeah.
Like my grandmother, like a piece of my family passed away too. And I get it. When niggas are there for you and stand up for you, to me is you can't put a price tag on that type of loyalty. I know who was there for me when I needed somebody the most. And I know
like, friends are the family that you can get to pick yourself. You're born with some of your family, but the friends and the lifelong friendships, like you pick them people, and they should be. That relationship is
they should be fruitful relationships,
and those relationships are on a different level because they don't have to be there. When we're related through blood, and nigga, you my brother, you my cousin, you my uncle, no matter what. But
you my cousin, even if I hate you.
Yeah, but what like family bonds that aren't blood, that's like you don't even gotta be here, my nigga. You choosing to.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think some of that loyalty should extend to in other people's lives, man. Sometimes people has done everything in their power for you, man, and they deserve some loyalty, and everybody don't get that. So, anywho,
right.
But that was my whose man's
is this?
Yeah, because you know when there are a couple people in my life too where I don't know why, but I think about like this type of shit all the time. So I mean, I do a bunch of pods. We talk a lot of shit on here, and if things was to go bad or somebody's some get blown out of proportion, somebody want to cancel such and such, there are certain people that I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt 100% of the time. I'm riding with them. I'm not publicly shaming my friend. I don't give a fuck what you said the charges were until it's proven. Like, that's my man's. I'm just not doing it.
That's the true essence of whose man's is this.
Yeah,
that's the true essence.
I'm just not doing it. Maybe I just keep my mouth closed. You feel me? Maybe I don't come out and publicly support whatever because I'm not sure. But like I'm not turning my back. There's a few people that I'm not turning my back on. God damn it! And since we on this subject, and I didn't mean to go here, but we're gonna go here anyway because I just don't believe this. All right.
Don't have 15 friends. You might have 2 or 3 real friends. The rest are just around waiting on what they can get. Show me somebody with 15 friends. I'll show you somebody with bad discernment. My friends have proven themselves over years. My friends don't let people talk about me. My friends don't talk behind my back. My friends got my back and my front when I'm there and when I'm not. My friends talk good about me behind my back. And if they hear my name and something, they're going to be like, hey, you can't talk about my dude like that. And I got a couple of like thuggery friends. Everybody needs one Peter in your friends. Somebody that just cut an ear off. There are some people in your life.
All right. So that was the comment. And I put everybody with no friends is in these comment sections screaming amen. 100% of the comments at this point at the time was amen, yes, yes, yes. And I said, this is cap. Everyone is not your friend for sure. But using myself as an example, if after 42 years on this earth, if I didn't have 15 friends, I know I did something wrong. By the way, I live my life. I don't I just don't. But and the thing that got me upset or made me feel away was, show me a person with 15 friends, I'll show you somebody with bad discernment. Just because you don't got it in you, because you didn't live a life that people owe you or are loyal to you, you gonna tell me that if you got 15 friends, then something's wrong with you? No, nigga, something wrong with you. Or I just don't believe it. And the word,
I don't believe that neither, because I look at people like who pass away, and you may not see them with a lot of people, but like the funeral home or the church be packed out with friends and family and people that love and care about them, who just want to see them off one last time. You know, one thing that to me that means a lot is like when somebody you don't expect to be there for you, that has no obligation to be there for you, stands up and is there for you. And I'm not going to get too deep into it, but like you've introduced me to a lot of your friends through our friendship. And some of those guys have become cool, and I would like to think are friends with me. But one thing that always stood out to me, when my father died, Muddy was one of the first people that reached out to me. We talked, had a long conversation. You know, Muddy got this way, when Muddy finally falls into that true calling of being a pastor, like he gonna change a lot of lives. But I remember Muddy called me, we talked, we prayed, and I was getting ready to get off the phone with him, and he was like, "I love you." And I just acted like, "All right, I'll talk to you later." He's like, "No, nigga, I said I love you." And I was like, I love you too, bro. But he was like, "That's so important that we tell each other that as men and as friends, because you never know when that last conversation will be." And Muddy essentially is your friend. Now, we do have mutual connections, but he's essentially somebody that I met through you. And for him to extend himself at a time where he don't owe me shit. Like, I wouldn't have felt no type of way had I not spoken to him. But for him to extend himself in that way, in that moment, I was like, man, that nigga didn't have no reason to be there for me. And, you know, he was. So, man, I mean,
that's why this dude who preaching, he the last nigga that need to be telling people about their lives. But I think some people misunderstand or misinterpret what quote unquote friends are. And I may not have a conversation with a person but once or twice a year, but this is my friend, man. You know what I'm saying? And like, friends don't mean that you get carte blanche to do whatever you want and they don't have an opinion or a say or about you, right? Because if you were talking to another person about something I did that you may not have liked, right? That don't mean you're not my friend. Mm-hmm. You got your right to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got your right to have an opinion.
It's not groupthink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not groupthink.
It's not, your friends don't ever talk behind my back. Well, nigga, I'm not around you 24/7. Talk how you want to talk. Like, hopefully you're not like disparaging me. Like, I hate this whole ass nigga. That's something different. But like I don't need to talk to you every single day of my life. I got lifelong friends and people who gonna be my friend forever, whether we talk every single day or not. Once a year when we get on the phone, we on the phone for 3.5 hours, man. Man, I thought about you and blah, 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 or niggas sharing memes and shit like that. That don't mean that y'all friends, but come on, man. This shit go deeper, man. And everything ain't this. Well, you can't tell them your deepest, darkest secrets. That's how you judge friendship. If you can tell them your deepest, what if one of my best friends can't hold a secret to save his fucking life? That don't mean he's not a quality person that's not down for me forever. He is still my friend, even if I know he can't hold a secret.
He be pillow talking with hoes. He can't hold no water.
Or just on the hey, did you hear that? That's still my friend. I don't care if I don't confide in him the deepest, darkest secret. That's still my friend.
Yeah, it's stuff I'll be less inclined to share with him.
But that don't mean I love you no less. That don't mean that if you need me. Also, is yo, how many of them gonna get up in the middle of the night and loan you $4,000, nigga? Because they don't give me $4,000 don't mean they're not my friend. Like that's not how I determine my friendship.
And
whether you gonna go.
And your friendship shouldn't be predicated on who gonna give me some money in the stretch.
Yeah, that's
because I've called upon people. I remember at one point calling upon people for money, and niggas. I can't count niggas' pockets, but people told me they didn't have it. I called one friend in particular because in my mind I thought he would have it. He didn't have the money, but he did have a resource that was better than money that helped me get out of the situation that I was in. No, he couldn't extend to me the $1,500 that I needed at that time. But he was like, yo, call my man, let him know I sent you and what you need and see if he can work something out for you. And to me, that was better than the cash that I thought that I needed.
He ain't your friend, man. Man, shut up, man. Like, shut up. Because you don't know nobody.
Find your tribe.
You know what I'm saying? But like, so is everybody your friend? No. I know thousands upon thousands of people. You feel me? And then even more than that with the podcast shit. Like I've been around, I've been outside for a long time. I know thousands upon thousands of people. Okay. And I'm cordial with a large majority of them. All those people are not my quote unquote friends, but I got 15. And even if it's 13, you mean to tell me two more, like whatever the case may be, I just don't agree with that. And this way of thinking that, and you a pastor telling your congregation that if you see somebody with 15 friends, something is wrong with their discernment. What's it? But what about
listen, my nigga? That's the
Jesus had 12 friends.
That's the pastor that got caught cheating on his wife.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Please.
He who was without sin, throw the first stone, you fat motherfucker. Shut up.
I'm just not with that. No, everybody not my fucking friend for sure. However, I made some very important connections in my life that I value, that I don't want to not be there no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I want this. You a forever friend.
Nigga,
some people that are not forever friends, and some people are.
I can remember reading this book that said you'll probably never make new friends after 35. But then I look at niggas like Curve, Ant, the Twins, Name Tag.
We started this podcast at 35. I celebrated my 35th birthday on the pod. Within the first 6 months of the pod. So you mean to tell me everybody I done met in the last 8 years don't count? Come on, man. Relax.
Nigga. We are cool and I can say cordial with niggas that at one point I looked up to. You know what I'm saying? I admired. But now these niggas is in my phone. When I see them out in the streets, it's not a head nod. It's a dap. It's words. It's I'm happy to see you, my nigga. So, man, just find your fucking tribe.
I think I got on this because I've seen Detroit people who are beloved for different things go through a little bit of adversity, and I seen everybody turn on them. And I know that you would do that shit to me in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Well, the people would do that to the heartbeat, but I know it's something that will not. And it's some people that I didn't told them, like, my nigga, whenever, because it's gonna happen. Everybody got that day on in Detroit social media. You feel me? I'm not doing it, dog.
This you, nigga?
Yeah. And I've seen people get turned on quick. You feel me? Even in the same cruise. I'm like, damn, I thought y'all was friends. You know what I'm saying? We seen some shit.
About a year and a half ago, I put out that I didn't think women were funny.
Yeah.
And the internet lit on fire against me. So yeah, we all have our day. We all have, nigga, I had to take the tweet down. That's how bad it was getting. I had to take that motherfucker down. I retreated.
Man, leave that shit up. Engagement. I got an answer for you niggas on the next podcast, nigga. Hey.
I've never seen my phone twerk so much in my life.
Nigga, mute that motherfucker. Yeah. Holler at me. That's why I left all that. Now I could. Everybody who kept
So
was
I do.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
When everybody was tagging us in that the Chuck clip, I still get texts and shit in there. Keep it up, man. I'll go back to the YouTube video and be comments. I'm here because of Chuck. I'm here because of Chad. I'm here for such and such. I'm like, I'm glad y'all here. And y'all get to see the full context. And that was a great fucking episode because I just watched it again. That was a great fucking episode.
I remember when that J Will clip went viral. You know, niggas had a lot to say. I remember Royce posted a clip of us on his page, and niggas talked about how much we didn't know about hip hop. Just because we gave a blanket I remember saying something like Royce is one of my favorite rappers, and like there were multiple responses like he don't know shit about hip hop. Royce been one of the best. I didn't say he just got to be one of my favorite rappers.
That's when we was Orlando was on. And Lando was giving Royce some credit and shit. He was like, you know, we Royce fans, my nigga. Like, what are you
niggas just take the ball and run with it.
That's why the internet's not always it's not indicative. It's the internet is a carnival mirror. It's reflecting what's in real life, but it's reflecting it differently. Everything. If you get one of them little wavy carnival mirrors, it reflects everything it sees, but it give it to you not in the same order that it was put out there. You know what I'm saying? It's not an exact replica.
Hey, my nigga, put the phone down and walk around wherever you live. That's your real life. That's your real life.
Did you
that
see
paint
KD's
chipping
interaction with the fan this week?
No. Oh, talking about what'd he say? Something about like get a job or some shit like that.
No. The dude was like, he hates your fans and blah blah blah. And he was like, dog, like go outside, man. Like why you got this much emotion for basketball, man? We are having fun, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, you know what? You absolutely right. And he's like, I'm not. He said, no. What he said is, while you watching the game, put the phone down. Mute the TV and turn on some music, man. Just watch the game and enjoy the game. Put your phone down because you so wrapped up in what my fans are saying. And then my man was like, sun's up because he played for the Phoenix Suns. He was like, no, the sun is up right now. Go outside and take a walk, my nigga.
Niggas love niggas
some fresh air, and it was a good interaction. Usually it's like something different, but like, no, you should not be this angry at me. We are having a good time playing basketball, my G. It's not that serious.
Because no, it's not that serious, but niggas want to be first. They want that first interaction. Did you see where LeBron was talking about? He grabbed a rebound and some nigga in the crowd was like, I need one more for my parlay. And Bron heard him and got the like, nigga, just enjoy it. I get it, because if you on the you got a 6-leg parlay and it's,
my nigga,
Bron one rebound away.
I saw somebody put $25 and won $25,000, $24,000 and some change. And his last leg of the parlay he needed was for K to hit three 3-pointers. And the other night when they went into overtime, when Ryan missed them 2 free throws that he could have iced the game with, it went into overtime. He hit his other 3-pointer and he won $25,000 off of that shit, dog. Can you imagine? Because when it's 2 seconds, it's 1 point something seconds left. It's somebody at the free throw line for 2 free throws and the game is tied. It's like, there goes my fucking parlay. Because there's no way he's missing both of these bitches. And he missed both.
Both.
There. A man made 25. It was, the odds was damn near plus 10,000. It was plus 9,800.
Halliday and Cade Cunningham are his 2 favorite players this week.
Yeah. So
I do got a music pick this week.
Okay.
She's currently on a press run. One of the most beautiful women that is walking the city of I don't know if she's still in Detroit, but everybody knows what I feel about Cash Doll. I love her. I know she smells like fresh baked cookies. I would want her to grab my neck and spit down my throat.
Niggas go too far.
All right, man. That's how I feel about her. She dropped her latest album, The Last Doll. This song is off of the Last Doll album. It's called Nothing New, Cash Style. If you follow me on the Dame's Music Pick of the Week playlist, if you're listening to us right now, it's already there. Enjoy it. Ride to that playlist. It's your man Dame, 3_313 on Twitter and on Instagram. Excuse me, on Instagram and TikTok. Wild Dame 313 on Twitter. I'm gonna work on getting this Dame going wild back on all the platforms. I'm gonna work on it. When you see the blue and the black, regardless of where we are, that's where the fuck we at. It's Shop Talk Podcast, bitch.
Shout out to y'all, man, tapping in with us on the virtual episode. Hopefully you watch it on YouTube or something. I really need y'all to mess with the YouTube, you feel me? So I can get it back monetized. We was monetized, but then they demonetized. And once they demonetized me, I mean, I had to start over. So I stopped putting shit on YouTube because I'm like, why? But I'm back. We up. So subscribe to the YouTube. It's youtube.com/JJohnson313. I would appreciate it. I got some I did a couple React videos, dog, on YouTube of them Pop the Balloon and Find Love shits. And it I was having a good time doing that shit, dog. I think we should do one of them bitches, dog. Not the show, but you should jump on one of these React videos with me, dog, because it's a time, man. And watching them in real time.
I'm open.
And but what's so crazy is one of these joints, man, it was the best one I did. It was I was cracking up. This girl was like a hooper from Brooklyn. She had on Tim's. Like I'm like, and she was like, every time somebody didn't like her, nigga, she was like, where you from? Like it was hilarious. But after all that shit was over, nigga, the audio didn't record from her. It was bad. I had to delete it, man. But that shit was funny. But I do got 2 React videos up on YouTube. Follow the YouTube, man. Our Shop Talk shit on there. I'm on there doing random shit. The Power Hour episodes is up there. Trying to get that YouTube popping, man. Fuck with your boys, man. Every week we are raw, we are uncut, we are real. You might get some knowledge, you might get some laughs. Either way, you're gonna be entertained. I'm not saying we're the Rockefeller podcast, but we are Jay and Dame.
Hell fuck yeah.
Peace.